Hey there, it's BitB, and welcome out to another BitB stream. Thanks for coming out. It is Saturday, and we're doing more Ace Attorney investigations. Now, I should mention before we start, I'm not going to be doing any streaming over on the Mixer channel today, because I went and attempted to try and connect to the Mixer channel, and I think Mixer servers are completely on fire. That's what I was able to find out, because I looked up, like, isserverdown.com or whatever, and yeah, it looks like there's horrible, like, a ton of things that are off currently. Either things that are completely down or stuff that is like performance faltered or whatever the hell, I don't know. So yeah, I think today we're not going to be streaming over there, which that's fine. Not a whole lot of people over on the Mixer channel really watch Ace Attorney type stuff anyway, so that is fine. It's just kind of a shame that there isn't any alternative in the event you needed it. But anyways, let us go ahead and dive directly into the game. Now, where I last left off, we were getting to the 5th and what I assume to be the last chapter. That's what I assume it is. Because, I mean, 5 silhouettes, and we're on chapter 5. It only makes sense, right? I think so. And also, usually these games tend to have, like, somewhere around 5 chapters, and we're up to, like, 8 parts on the BitB channel, just with all of the backlog of the episodes that I've done, so I have to assume that we're getting close. So here we go, moving over here. Also, before I begin, I got a random-ass weird soda that I wanted to try out. Well, not really weird. It's Coca-Cola. Except it's called, like, Coca-Cola Georgia Peach. Like, Georgia Peach. What the hell? And when I first saw it, I was just thinking, like, well, I like hipster-esque sodas, but I don't know if Peach and Coca-Cola would frickin' work, but I don't know, I looked at it, and it's, the weird part is that it does have, like, real cane sugar in it. It's almost like Mexican Coke, except it was actually supposedly made in the States. So I wanted to get one of these things, chill it out, and try it out tonight, just, like, real quick. Okay, just smelling that is weird. Yeah, I can barely smell the Coke, but I can definitely smell peach out of it. Here. Bottoms up. Oh, I don't know if I like that. Oh. No, I don't know if I like that. That's kind of like drinking a shampoo. No, there. I'll drink it just for the sake of getting it all down and getting it done. I've got like 3 more bottles. God damn it. Maybe it's a refined taste kind of thing. Or maybe it's something that you need to just drink until eventually you force yourself to like. Not really. Not really. Whatever. It's Coca-Cola. I'll deal with it. Anyways. So the next chapter, I think I've got the audio leveled and proper. So episode 2, 3, 4... Finally, episode 5, Turnabout Ablaze. I'm interested in seeing, because we have not yet managed to piece together how we're going to take down people in regards to the KG8 incident. I'm curious. I would like to see how this goes. Turnabout Ablaze. Good start. Match. 2 cards. 1 of the Black Raven. And 1 of the White Raven. A country torn in 2. 1 to the west, and 1 to the east. When those which were split and made whole again, the truth will reveal itself. Oh, dear. Cool. We have to investigate arson. It's the Yatagarasu! The Yatagarasu's here! Yes, there he, she, be. What have you gotten yourself into? You accursed Yatagarasu! Kay, you... Nah, I don't think Kay would have done that. She haven't even stolen anything yet. 8 hours earlier. Oh, cool! We're back in the office. How about that? Okay, I think the audio is plenty balanced. A little bit too loud. I'll keep monitoring it for a short little bit here. Anyways, March 14th, 10:17 a.m. High Prosecutor's Offices, room 1202. It's so nice. Almost dreamlike to finally have the chance to relax and sip some tea. Especially after what a whirlwind the past few days have been. The whirlwind ain't over. You basically reached the eye of the storm. The hurricane's coming back. On my return flight, I was dragged into a case involving an Interpol agent's murder. The next day, I investigated a kidnapping and a murder at the Gatewater Land theme park. And later that night, a detective's dead body welcomed me back to my office. Along with a thief who was out to pilfer files related to a case from 10 years ago. How did I manage to find myself in the middle of so many cases back to back? Well, at least I have today. All I ask is that I be allowed to spend it quietly. Mr. Edgeworth! Oh, no, it's not Gumshoe. I figured it would be Gumshoe. Nope. This is big! Big, I tell you! Hey, what's wrong with you? Where's your enthusiasm? My enthusiasm left the door as soon as you interrupted me in the middle of my tea. My peach tea. Right, I think the levels are perfectly fine. Maybe it's just the fact that I'm not used to peach. If anybody else drinks more peach or eats more peaches more often, maybe they would be a little bit more interested. I'm not really. Okay, turn it down to my freaking ears. Alright. Back to the... Alright, I just swapped over to my other headphones, by the way. Where's your enthusiasm? And suddenly the phrase, the fragility of dreams, comes to mind. What are you talking about? Fragile dreams? Come on, let's go. The fake Yatagarasu isn't gonna just find himself, you know. Well, if you must know, it's possible that I was paid a visit last night by your fake... Say what? Maybe. Yeah. Unfortunately for us, the thief managed to escape. But even now, we're still looking for this criminal. However, I must warn you that we've only had a few hours to search so far. So, I must insist that you be patient on this one, Kay. What's with you today? Are you sure you aren't sleep-talking to me right now? Anyway, I've got something much more important that I want you to see. Oh, and that is? Oh, newspaper. Take a look at this. Ah, yes. Card to embassy. On March 14th, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. That's quite a bold declaration to send to an embassy. I suppose it was inevitable that a newspaper would catch wind of this. The date the card mentioned is today. Today, huh? Come on, we gotta hurry! The embassy awaits! I suppose it is quite an urgent matter. Oh, bless it. My tea is going to stop. my tea is going to cool down. Have to put the pot back on. However, do you know which country's embassy we should be investigating? Well, it's some really special country, and I'm actually really fuzzy on the details if it's not Borginia. I hope it's Borginia. That would be hilarious. But never mind that. Where's all your energy? Why are you so lackadaisical today? I'm not, Kay. You're just too wound up. Well then, you should get too wound up too. Because this just might be our chance to catch that woman. You mean Miss Yu? The woman who killed Kay's father, Byrne Faraday, 7 years ago. Yes, that bitch. Cold-blooded. Callisto Yu. She claimed to be the great thief Yatagarasu, and then disappeared from the courtroom. She makes me so mad! The phony! Everyone knows the real Yatagarasu would never send something like a calling card. Until a company's underhanded dealings are made public, the target is always totally unaware that the Yatagarasu has paid them a visit. That's what makes the real Yatagarasu so awesome! More creepy than anything. The Yatagarasu's card that's shown in this article. It looks to me as though it could be genuine. See, that's the thing. Whoever it is, that person isn't the real deal, but has knowledge of the Yatagarasu. If this isn't a clue that the woman's involved, then nothing is. Come on, Edgeworth! Out the door you go! Wait, there are a few preparations I must make before we go. There's something interesting about this card we found last night here in my office. It's of a different color than the one in the article, which makes me wonder why. What's up? Any reason why you're boring a hole through the newspaper with your eyes? Intent staring? No reason at all. Very well, seeing as how Miss Yu is also somewhat of a special nature to me, I agree there is some merit to be found in investigating this. I knew you'd come around. And off they go. There we go. March 14th, 5 o'clock p.m. Theatrum Neutralis? Theatrum Neutralis. Neat words. Ooh. By the light of this night, glorious moon. Holy shit! We are ready! Ready to embark on our nightly outing! And this is where our tale begins. Yay, the Steel Samurai! Cool, we get to watch some kind of a strange play. What a coincidence. Who would have thought that a Steel Samurai stage show would ever be held at such an elegant theater inside a foreign embassy? Yeah, the climax was really awesome! Steel Samurai, sushi, slice! I got chills down my spine when he pulled that move out. I suppose it really is more impactful to watch a show in person than on television. I have to say though, this embassy is set up kinda funny. I mean, they have two countries sharing the same building. Well, as you said yourself, this place and the countries it houses are very special. Even this theater is special in that it is a natural zone shared by the two countries. So let me get this straight. The Steel Samurai show just now is being sponsored by one of the two countries. The one that's called the Kingdom of Alabast, right? Yes, it would appear that the Steel Samurai is very popular in that country as well. Seems that way. But you know who I'm really into? The Jammin' Ninja! Of course you'd be. The Republic of Babal is sponsoring a Jammin' Ninja stage show. That's something for fangirls like me. We've totally got to see that too, Mr. Edgeworth. Jammin' Ninja show is gonna kick the Steel Samurai show's rear end! Oh, right. I'm having one of those, just like... Yeah, it's like... Generations gotta grow up, son. One of those things. You don't know how awesome old shows were. You know, ever since I first met this girl, I've always had this inkling that what she really wants to be is not a thief, but rather a ninja. So anyway, about today's event. What's it called again? The Kingdom of Albast versus the Republic of Babal Goodwill Jubilee. The small European countries of the Kingdom of Albast and the Republic of Babal. These two countries used to be a single entity that was abundant with nature. And it was called the Principality of Codopia. Holy shit, Codopia? But that has to do with the Codopian... Yeah, right, the Codopian Embassy. So this used to be the Codopian Embassy, I'm assuming. Great. Is everything alright, Mr. Edgeworth? Yes, I'm alright. Moving on. He just had the... yeah. Go on. Freaking peach drink. No, he just had the premonition as well. After a period of civil unrest, the country split in two, though signs of their past remain. For example, their flags preserve the flowers and butterfly motifs to this day. Codopia, huh? The KG-8 incident, what was referred to as the second KG-8 incident, in which an embassy staff member was murdered.
Both of these cases were related to the Principality of Codopia. In the 7 years that have passed, the country may have split into two. However, the Yatagarasu still sent a calling card here. What could it all mean? Whoa, it's a mystery! Ooh. Ghosts. No,
we're out of the haunted house. Mr. Edgeworth, I know you're thinking about something.
Oh, excuse me. What were we talking about again?
If you could please stop spacing out on me. Anyway, we were talking about the Alabast versus Babal Goodwill Jubilee. The two countries have had a pretty bad relationship with each other, but supposedly they've been trying really hard to make up recently. That's why they decided to hold this event.
If that's the case, then why the versus?
Good freaking question. Maybe it's just for the sake of the tabloids. It's like, hey guys, look, two countries are fighting. Look at us. Get us on the news. Also, both countries claim to own the real Primadux statue, a national treasure to both. They're planning to have them publicly evaluated today to see which one's the real deal.
Kay, need I remind you to take care and not succumb to your thieving desires?
Well, when it comes to treasure, I can't help myself. You know that. She hasn't stolen anything yet. Hopefully that sticks.
She had better be saying that in jest.
Hey, I can read your body language, you know, and you've got it all wrong. Look, I'm here to do some investigating. Investigating, I tell you.
I know. And although we don't know if the Yatagarasu will really make an appearance, I suppose we should still spend some time examining this place.
I guess. Taking a gander at all the things. Oh, dear God. Why are you here? Where in tarnation are they? Come on, Big Scoop! Hey, mister, out of the way! Yeah, I'm talking to you!
I seem to remember this woman from somewhere. Yet my instincts are directing me not to engage in conversation with you. Her, rather. Perhaps it would be best if I left her alone.
Oh, absolutely. I'm gonna try it again anyway. Nope. It's the only line that we get. Gotcha. Let's see. Ooh, this looks like some kind of a strange computer game. Or a VHS, I don't know.
There's a flat panel, a tape deck, and a row of Steel Samurai videos on this table. I suppose it's so that visitors can watch an episode or two at their leisure.
I guess it really is just that popular, huh?
I guess it's still childhood dribble to me. Yes, although I never thought I would see it reach this level of popularity.
I wonder why they decided to call on the Steel Samurai for an event like this. I mean, it's like they intended to cut the two countries apart with the samurai sword instead. That's oddly symbolic, but no, I don't think so.
Wouldn't that go against the whole point of this event?
I don't know. It was called Versus, so who the hell knows? Is there something I can help you with?
I was wondering, what is beyond these doors?
The Babalese embassy is just behind these doors, sir. Do you have some business with the embassy? Do you require immediate access?
No, that's quite all right.
Are you sure, sir? Anyone and everyone is always welcome in the Republic of Babal. Well then, since we're here...
An embassy isn't some sort of theme park, Kay.
You're such a buzzkill. Yes, and you are so not serious.
The national flag of the Republic of Babal is on display here. The crest on it features a butterfly.
It's really a rare... Damn it. It's really rare to see a national flag featuring an animal on it. No, it's not. There's plenty of... well, I suppose they do get outnumbered by how many are just sort of stripes of random-ass colors.
Not really. I can list you at least a few, offer you.
There. Okay, then. Are there any flags with really chic things on them?
Chic things? That's pretty vague, Kay. Although, by my definition, there aren't really any flags that feature a chic object.
Oh, that's too bad. Except there was. I was thinking about stealing it. Stop joking about that.
And what exactly would you do with a stolen national flag, Kay?
Yeah, really. Are you just, like, deface the damn thing? Okay, that's good. All right, now, give me a dramatic slam right there. Stop. Hey, do you mind? Get out of the way, buddy. Okay, once more. 3, 2, 1, action!
Kay, was that my fault just now?
Well, he's obviously working. I guess we should leave him alone. Fair enough. So, there was this thing. Can I talk with you?
It appears that the child is watching a video from the first season of The Steel Samurai.
Go, keep on fighting until your last breath. I'm not gonna... Go, my hero, the Steel Samurai!
Completely absorbed in singing the theme song. I see. Let the child watch in peace.
Go. I can see that.
There are pamphlets about the 2 embassies here on the table.
I see. Ah, yes, there's the neutral zone. And then Albast, Babal, makes sense. Still looks weird to me.
The country split in 2 a few years back, and they've shared the building and its grounds 50-50 ever since.
Oh, I guess because they don't have the money to build 2 separate ones, huh?
I should think that's not the reason why, Kay. I suppose I'll just help myself to one of these.
Ah, cool. More infos. Oh, hey. Commotion.
What's all the hubbub?
Hey, look, it's the Steel Samurai! And he's got his son, the Iron Infant, with him. Iron Infant? Never heard of that one before. Sup, fools? Anything else to take a look at before I decide to go and mess around with that? What are you two doing? You know, I've seen a lot of these shows, but today's show, it was like they were from a completely common, you know what I mean? Yeah, and that's the last move that I couldn't help but laugh. I know, right? And the Pink Princess moves were really stiff. In the middle of the show, I could swear I heard her crack. Oh, I know. I totally thought that too. Pink Princess is a bad hip, seriously. Just what were they thinking, you know?
I suppose there's no graceful way to enter the conversation.
I would say. I was having difficulty just keeping up.
The national flag of the Kingdom of Albast is on display here. The crest on it features a flower.
Flowers and butterflies are kind of rare motifs. What are you talking about?
Well, when they used to be Codopia, the government used to take pride in its land. The citizens also loved the rich, bountiful nature all around them, thus the design.
Hey, if the Steel Samurai got popular enough, do you think they'd put him on the flag?
Are you in your right mind, Kay?
Or maybe the Jammin' Ninja would make a better candidate?
Don't make me laugh, Kay. Only the Steel Samurai deserves such an honor.
What happened? What? They're both fictional deities. I don't know. Is there something I can help you with?
I was wondering what is beyond these doors.
It's the Albastian Embassy. Now, unless you have some business with the embassy...
I suppose I can't really claim to have any business with the embassy right now.
Well, you don't have to be so rude about it, Mr. Guard. I see. Seems like one of them is a little bit more stringent than the other. And who are you? Should I recognize you? You seem weird. 10 more minutes. No. And 5 more minutes. But is it really bad for me to spend time doing this? That's no use. Would someone please just tell me what I should do?
You appear to be troubled by something. May I be of assistance?
Leave me alone. I'm trying to figure out just the right time to talk to that girl over there. And if I mess up, it'll be because I'm talking to you right now. Somehow I get the feeling he's about to fall flat on his face.
Well, let's just do as he wishes and leave him alone.
Right. Then we have you two here. Let's see what you have to say. This is the perfect angle. There. Go, my image. Travel across the wave world and into every TV set around the globe.
A more honest approach to appearing on TV might serve your ambitions better.
And then you. And we're here, reporting live from the Theatrum Neutralis. As you can see, tonight's audience is full of enthusiasm. Let's see what this member of the audience has to say.
Well,
Okay, that was good. Let's do one more run-through. Wait, right. Well, one more run-through.
Excuse me, but when you are ready to film for real, would you mind giving me a call? I sensed she didn't hear a single word I just said.
Okay, so then there's you guys. I think that's everything in this room. I believe so. I suppose, like, maybe I can check the door again. Nope. All right. So, samurai.
May I speak with you for a second?
Ooh, talking directly to the Steel Samurai.
It's the Steel Samurai.
Though I'm a little bit scared about who the heck is underneath it. We've shown that there are some horrifying people underneath these things. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you glaring at him for?
Please excuse me. It's just that I've never seen a superhero up close before.
Ah, he handed an autograph. Nice. Though it looks like a very scribbly autograph. Looks like he's written something down for you.
To Edgeworth from Steel Samurai Daddy, married man of Neo-Old Tokyo.
Wow, an autograph! Pretty cool that you got one, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? Did I ever say my name? I'm trying to remember if I did. I'll take a look at that a little closer. Oh, and then there's you. Mr. Steel Samurai, Ambassador Alba is waiting for you. Seems like this guy is sort of transferring back and forth. We'll proceed to enter the kingdom of Albas to shake the hands of the ambassador. Steel Samurai isn't only here for the two countries tonight, but rather can be thought of as a goodwill ambassador for our own country. There he goes, off to spread goodwill to the world.
He really does seem like a goodwill ambassador, doesn't he?
Okay, we're shooting the next segment now. Cue cameras. In just a few seconds, the Jammin' Ninja stage show is set to begin. After the show, the Jammin' Ninja will enter the Republic of Babal. He is set to meet with the ambassador of Babal at the time. Ah! The Jammin' Ninja show is about to start! We gotta get back to our seats!
Regrettably, I don't have much of an interest in ninjas.
Well, this show will change your mind. Come on, we have to hurry. All right, sitting on down. If we miss even a second of the Jammin' Ninja's awesome playing, I'll never forgive you.
I suppose you're not about to give me much of a choice here, are you, Kay?
Why do you have to hang out with her? Why don't she go see the show and you keep working and interviewing people? I could listen to a Ninja Mark for Death's Lullaby song all day. His superb playing and that sad melody really brought a tear to my eye. And his heart-wrenching voice, now that's the Jammin' Ninja's greatest weapon.
Unamused.
Those pieces of Jammin' Ninja merchandise over there, I've gotta have them. I especially want the hair stick they're selling exclusively at these shows. Ah, I see. That's going to be a piece of evidence. They're exactly like the ones the heroine Princess Mizola wears in her hair.
Anyway.
Anyway! Hold it right there, Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes?
You're thinking of going home, aren't you?
Well, it doesn't seem likely that the Yatagarasu will be making an appearance tonight. Most likely it was simply a prank.
No way! I just know the Yatagarasu will show!
But I thought you said that the Yatagarasu doesn't send calling cards.
Yeah, I did, but
I figured from the very beginning that this would wind up being a wild goose chase.
But that card she sent was a genuine fake calling card. Genuine fake. There's a little bit of a crossed wire there.
A genuine... Yes.
Well, how can I word this? The Yatagarasu's mark that's on the calling card is exactly the same as my mark. Get it now? Oh, we've got a problem! Officers! Oh god, what's happening? The Yatagarasu has been spotted at Alabast! What? You hear that, Mr. Edgeworth? Ha! So you finally decide to show yourself, you phony! Oh dear, don't get yourself killed. And of course you're blocked off. Hey, what gives? I'm sorry, but I'll need to search you before you may enter. What the? Hey, the Steel Samurai just waltzed straight on through without one. If you don't hurry up and let me through, my phony is gonna escape.
Kay, a country's embassy is considered to be a part of the country itself. if you don't go through the proper procedures to enter the country.
Mr. Edgeworth, I'm going to enter through Babal and climb over the wall into Albast. Oh dear, stop, you maniac.
You would tell a prosecutor straight out that you intend to illegally enter another...
Kay, are you listening to me? Nope. Kay Faraday, and I'm coming through.
Yes, and welcome.
Someone stop her! Anyone?
Oh dear Lord, what is my life?
Oh, there's the fire. March 14th, 6:12 p.m. Open air stage.
Kay, where are you? Don't tell me you really did find some way over this fence.
Oh dear. Fire! This is too big for us to handle. Looks like the Yatagarasu came to Babal too. That's picturesque.
You accursed Yatagarasu. Okay, you'd better be alright, wherever you are.
Oh, she's probably fine. Oh dear, yep, she has been apprehended. Hello, Gumshoe. March 14th, 6:45 p.m. Babalese Embassy, Secretariat's office. So now that she has got the markings of the Yatagarasu on her, I feel like that is probably going to land her in hot water. I told you it wasn't me! Hello, Sheena. And I'm here.
I need to run on the treadmill more. Okay, are you alright?
Do I look alright to you? Now, can you do something about this woman?
Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe, what's the meaning of this? Well, sir, it's, this...
Oh, shit.
He's...
It wasn't me! He was already dead when I ran in here, hot on the heels of the fake Yatagarasu. Look, I only came in here because I saw a suspicious person at the open air stage.
A suspicious person?
Oh, who might that be? A long black coat and a hood over their head. I dare you to tell me that's not suspicious. When I saw that person, I immediately thought that they must be the fake Yatagarasu. So I chased after them into the embassy, then into here, and then lost sight of them. But I just know that person is the one who did it. What are you so worked up over? There is no reason for you to be this loud.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but you're Agent Lang's secretary. Sheena, I believe your name is, correct?
Stoic lady, aren't you?
And if you are making an arrest, I assume you have evidence that it was Kay who committed the crime. Is that also correct? You refuse to answer?
Ooh, now we're getting serious. The shades are off. I don't need to answer. You are merely a prosecutor in this country, meaning you have no investigative authority.
Hey, pal, just what the heck does that, does what you just said mean? If it happened here, it's under Mr. Edgeworth's jurisdiction. The end. And seeing as how this building is still on our soil, we can investigate wherever we'd like.
But technically speaking, this is not a part of American soil. So shit.
Unfortunately, Detective, embassies are a different matter. This office is considered to be a part of the Republic of Babal, which means that anything that happens in here defaults to the control of the Babalese government and Babalese law, giving them exclusive extraterritorial rights. Extraterrestrial rights? So do you really believe that the truth is out there?
Stop watching X-Files.
Basically, our country's laws do not apply inside the embassy of another country. That's what was agreed to by our respective governments. Our authority to investigate was effectively nullified the second we entered this place, which means we can do little here in this situation.
No way, sir!
please leave this matter in Interpol's hands and go home?
I'll find a way to investigate in this room, if it's the last thing I do. Gotta say, that soda's not getting any better by it being warmer.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Hey, you're not... Mr. Edgeworth! Oh, hello. Who's coming to save me? In that case, allow me to join your... Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Yes!
Miss Von Karma!
Dude! Thank you, madam.
Ambassador Palino, I truly appreciate you allowing me to join the investigation.
Oh, dear God. This guy looks froofy.
Oh, it's really nothing. Manny was my secretariat, so of course I want to help you as much as I can. In fact, it's a blessing that Interpol agents were able to make it so quickly. Franziska.
Well, well, I never imagined that I'd meet you here of all places. This is an embassy, meaning that you have no authority to conduct.
Already? What is it? Yeah, not even giving her a second to talk. Like you've taken the wind directly out of her damn sails.
Ambassador Polino. And you are? I'm Miles Edgeworth, public prosecutor. I ask that you please allow me to investigate this case as Miss Von Karma's assistant.
Assistant?
Miles, what the heck do you think you're...
Please, I implore you, Ambassador Polino. Oh, very well. I'll be counting on the two of you, Miss Von Karma and Mr. Edgeworth.
Yes, I have rights.
What do you mean by you'll be Miss Von Karma's assistant? I don't exactly have a choice, do I, Detective? If I don't become Franziska's assistant, I can't participate in this investigation.
There you go again, running at the mouth with that aloof expression on your face.
Franziska, please.
I don't know what you're planning quite yet. But at least I do know one thing, that you are now my subordinate.
Oh, don't get used to it, sissy.
Just remember that my whip is always ready to wake you, should you have a brain lapse.
Of course. I'll keep that in mind.
If you are done playing games...
Right, let's begin the investigation.
Very well. Well, there's a lot of fire damage, so I don't know if a lot of stuff's going to be intact.
By the way, Detective, I suppose it's a bit late to be asking, but why are you here? Well, better late than never, I guess, I was placed on guard duty for the Babalese embassy today. And why are our police guarding an embassy? Well, on account of the card they got from the Yatagarasu. They called up and asked for our help, sir. Oh, and because we've been searching for the Yatagarasu these past 7 years. It was more or less mutually beneficial arrangement, if you ask me. Except for how mutually unbeneficial this has all turned out to be, I suppose. It looks like you failed to completely perform your guard duty yet again. Poor Gumshoe. Look forward to your next salary negotiations, although it's out of my hands. But sir, if it gets cut any more, I won't be able to buy even packet noodles anymore.
Well, darn. Eating out of trash cans, I guess. Let's start by looking at stuff around the room.
Hey, it's another butterfly. I believe it's the symbol of the Republic of Babal.
Gotcha. So my guess is that I'm going to need to inspect both of the sides just to be able to figure this one out.
A drawing this big on the wall of an embassy. It definitely conveys a sense of overwhelming patriotism.
It's like spray painting the American flag.
Well, I got a lot of patriotism too, sir. The reason I became a cop in the first place was because I wanted to protect our country. You may want to, Detective. However, I have yet to see the fruits of your desire. You don't have to be so blunt about it, sir.
So freaking harsh. So, I assume this is probably his jacket.
Mr. Edgeworth, there's still something on this display rack, sir.
Ooh, knives.
Knives, huh? Although the blades are all that remain of them, unfortunately.
Wait, the blades? Oh, right, because they got burned.
Right. I guess the handles all got burnt off by the fire. Oh, so even the knives fell victim to the fire.
Why are you sweating so strangely? That is a suspicious sprite, and you know it.
Ambassador Polino, are these knives yours? Why, yes, they are. They are a special set of ornamental knives featuring the national symbol of Babal. These butterfly-themed knives, along with Albas's own set of knives, are comprised of 3 knives each.
One is missing.
But I can't believe the Babalese ones have been reduced to this state. Ornamental knives, huh? There's a small release on the tang of this blade. Ambassador Polino, what is the notch here for? Oh, that! It's a feature of these knives wherein you can freely exchange the handles on them. So that we can change how they look to fit the situation, of course. I see. So these knives were constructed so that the handles could be easily removed?
I see. Strange. Okay, what do we got here?
These shelves are lined with American souvenirs and memorabilia. It's really strange, isn't it? I mean, I thought this was the Babalese embassy.
Yeah, but I mean, when in Rome, go buy Roman souvenirs.
So, why are there so many American souvenirs, sir? Perhaps the Babalese are studying American culture and our tourism industry. If they have plans to make the Babalese tourism industry truly flourish, then they would need to observe and study other countries' methods, I suppose. Speaking of tourism, I got these from the blonde guy earlier, sir. He said that if I bring these with me to Babal, I can trade them for a few buffets.
Ah, good. So you won't starve immediately after getting your pay cut.
Oh, so how do you expect to travel to Babal?
Oh yeah, I suppose that's a problem.
Well, the whole world is connected by the ocean, sir.
You better have some powerful arms.
And for an all-you-can-eat buffet, I'd swim all the way to Babal if I had to. Can a few simple coupons really motivate people to do such fantastic things?
And you have 2 coupons. So are you planning on just using both of them yourself, or do you have some kind of plans of making this like a double trip? Okay, is this anything different?
It looks like this was once a grandfather clock, but it has fallen victim to the fire. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, is it okay for me to talk about the clocks in my house, sir?
Why? Why would you talk about clocks?
If they're unrelated to the case, I hope that you will refrain from sharing, but... Well, there's one clock that I made by myself, but the timer... Oh, that's quite enough, detective.
Yeah, I don't need to hear about your arts and crafts. So... Oh, hey, there seems to be something on the floor here. Oh, it's a ceiling fan.
The ceiling fan must have fallen from the ceiling.
A ceiling fan? What does one of those do? You've never seen a ceiling fan?
Exactly what it sounds like it does. It's a fan that is installed on one ceiling.
Well, if I had one of those in my room, I'd bet I'd go dizzy from staring at it as I slept.
Not very bright bulb, are you?
Not the brightest one. I wouldn't put it in the ceiling fan, that's for sure.
Detective Gumshoe, in the real world we close our eyes when we sleep.
Gumshoe has trained himself to sleep with his eyes open. Oh, hey, a safe. Seems mostly untouched aside from some burns.
A small personal safe.
This was Mr. Cohen's office. So perhaps he stored his most important documents in here.
Oh, of course it's locked. It appears we won't be able to open it without the key.
But we shall. At some point. Wonder if they're willing to talk.
Kay, are you alright?
You believe me, don't you, Mr. Edgeworth? You don't think I did it, right?
Yes, of course I don't. And I promise to prove that it wasn't you.
That's enough chit-chat. You can investigate all you like, but it's only a matter of time before we take her in. It would be wise of you to give up while you can.
No, I don't think so. Kay isn't lying, and my investigation will prove that to be true.
Go ahead and try then, if you're that confident.
I can't allow this to continue on this way. I must prove her innocence post-haste.
And then you're blocking me from going over here. Why the heck not? I see you're taking pictures of the crime scene. Well, shit. Sorry, but Interpol is still in conducting its investigation beyond this point.
I'm a subordinate of Miss Von Karma. Is there some reason why I'm being denied access?
My superior clearly stated, don't you dare let anyone near the site. You got it? If I let you examine the site, my superior would get really angry at me.
You know, Mr. Edgeworth, I feel really bad for the guy, so why don't we do as he says? Yes, I suppose we might as well.
Well, if I know who you are underneath, I am pretty sure. Yes, he would get very angry now, wouldn't he? All right. Well, I've stalled enough. I think it's time to actually look at the corpse. Poor bastard.
So our victim was the secretariat of this embassy, I take it?
Manny Cohen. I heard that he was an admirable person. Very admirable.
The cause of death is a stab to the base of his neck. He was lax in watching his back.
We were fortunate that the fire missed our victim's body for the most part. If the fire had burned a bit longer, it would have made identifying him a hassle.
So Mr. Cohen was stabbed to death in the middle of a raging fire. What in the world happened inside this room?
Well, during the inferno, or did he get stabbed and then someone lit the place on fire? That's my first thought.
I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Okay. Well, I see some specific stuff that... But first, let me take a look around here. And... Oh, whoops. Sorry, I was just trying to touch the button.
This man. Where do I know him from?
Dummy.
Is this knife the murder weapon?
Some preliminary testing has been conducted. According to the results, the blood on that matches the victim's blood. The blade's shape was also found to be consistent with the stab wound.
I suppose this means that we now know that the crime was committed with this knife.
Likely enough.
This knife's got some really fancy ornamentation going on, huh, sir? This thing's practically screaming artsy at me. Although it's also covered in blood, just like the last thing I said was
artsy blood. Why?
But the handle is pristine. There's not a single drop of blood on it.
Oh dear. Yep, I see what happened here.
Speaking of the handle, I believe it has a butterfly motif. It's very beautiful.
Someone is trying to frame somebody. Although, unfortunately, I don't think we have the evidence to prove that, since it was burned up in the fire. Anyway, yeah, this.
There appears to be something in his pocket. This key. It can't be. Isn't this the Yatagarasu's key that was stolen 7 years ago?
What? But that's...
7 years ago? Oh! You mean that case where I was framed, sir? Yes. It's the piece of evidence that stole the life of Kay's father 7 years ago. Which was then stolen by Callisto U. What? Mr. Faraday was killed with this key, sir?
I mean, we need to check the blade for that.
I thought he was killed with a knife.
Scruffy, at the very least, try to remember the details of the crime you were a suspect in.
Franziska, as you will recall, Detective Gumshoe was not present when Miss Yu made her escape. Plus, even among law enforcement, only a few knew of this key's existence. I doubt that a new rookie at the time would have been made privy to such knowledge. I feel like the victim right now, all trampled on, sir. I suppose I'll just have to fill you in now. The secret to this key is...
Flippity floop. Here.
It's not that far-fetched to think that the end of this key was meant to be a butterfly. The key's maker must have been a true patriot to have fashioned this after the national symbol.
Okay. No, the thing that is noteworthy is the fact that it is a switchblade. Sort of.
Oh, wow, that's amazing, sir! It's like some kind of magic trick.
Yep, the Yatagarasu's key. And knife. But it doesn't have a speck of blood on it. Though, yes, it seems like it has multiple symbols on it.
I knew it. This is the same exact piece of evidence that Miss Yu took with her. I remember this beautiful pattern in the blade.
I remember this as well. It's a vine motif, isn't it?
Yes, it looks like two interwoven vines crisscrossing down the blade.
Mine says, I think it looks like a bunch of stars, if you ask me. It's one of those six-sided stars, just like the police marks on our ID.
I really don't think you can call these stars. To say that the detective's art sense is underdeveloped would be an understatement.
The real question is, why was the Babalese Embassy's secretariat holding this?
Well, there's a chance he might not have been holding it, and it was planted. We'll see.
While we don't know how Mr. Cohen came to possess this key, we do know that this was stolen by the Yatagarasu from the Kodopian embassy.
That's right. Mr. Faraday had written that fact down on his organizer.
I believe this means that further research is required into the country of Kodopia.
Why don't you ask Ambassador Polino about what he knows? Supposedly, he was a candidate to be the next Kodopian ambassador once long ago. He should be able to answer any specific questions you may have.
Well, very well. Oopsies. Sorry, meant to go back. Well, the conspiracy is starting to, I don't know, it's starting to sort of seep into things.
I can't believe that Manny fell among thieves tonight. Without him, I have no idea what my schedule for tonight is. Ambassador Polino, I believe your schedule tonight will consist of listening to reports from the police. That and only that. I ask you cooperate, not only for your own sake, but for Mr. Cohen's sake as well.
Boy, this guy has got many, many faces to show me, eh?
You're a rather strong man, aren't you? How fascinating! Here, I know it isn't much, but I'd like you to have these.
Oh, lovely.
I'm sorry, but it would be against my principles to accept a bribe. Oh, no. These are simple coupons we distribute to promote Babal. Remember, we offer a large number of discounts and offers when you visit lovely Babal. Oh, now I remember. The Republic of Babal is known for its feverish tourism industry.
I see. Yes, that makes sense. As well as all the touristic crap in the corner. Oh, wait, not present. I wanted to talk about Manny Cohen.
I was wondering if you might tell me a bit about the deceased Manny Cohen. He was my secretary and the embassy secretariat charged with running the whole place. He was an admirable man. His death is a great loss to our country. He was in charge of everything: accounting, printing, taking care of our national treasures. I'm sorry, but did you say printing? Our country's primary source of revenue is our tourism industry. So, in order for us to print the necessary pamphlets, flyers, coupons, etc., we have a printing press here at our embassy. I see. Please, excuse my forwardness, however, I feel I should mention that I have the distinct impression that I've met him before. Oh, yes. Since you are of the legal profession, I suppose you just might have. After all, Manny was involved in the KG-8 incident.
How do you not put two and two together, man?
The KG-8 incident? The defendant who was found innocent in that case was Manny.
Yep.
So, your Mr. Cohen is the same man as the one in that case. It's been 10 years. Manny recovered personally from the case and dove enthusiastically into this job. He was the one who planned this event and was to oversee the embassy's renovations. It really is a shame. He had such a bright future ahead of him.
Well, now I have several questions. Good God. Renovations and... So wait, what renovations? Did the renovations factor in the idea that the two factions were going to come back together, or was this to separate us out further, right? Curious.
What exactly do you mean earlier by renovations? We can't have tourists and visitors to our embassy think we're a poor nation, can we?
Does that mean you are a poor nation and you're covering it up? Sly.
So renovating the embassy is something of an investment. We may have a rather paltry budget, but we're trying our best to make do. However, I guess the only person who could have helped us do our best now is no longer with us.
So let's talk about the old factions.
Ambassador Polino, I was wondering if I may ask you about Codopia. Codopia, alright. What would you like to talk about?
First, I'd like to ask you about this key.
What about this key?
I found it sticking out of Mr. Cohen's pocket. I believe it originally belonged to this embassy. Is that correct?
Upon closer inspection, it seems that this key is shaped like a butterfly.
That's not all about this key. It's also capable of changing into a knife.
Oh, how fascinating!
I don't know, I feel like this person's putting on something.
Is it possible that the ambassador didn't know about the existence of this key? In its knife form, there's a flower mark at the base of the blade. I guess this knife might be from when we used to be part of Codopia.
And how did you come to that conclusion?
It has both the Codopia's national symbols, the butterfly and the flower. I suppose Manny used this key here at the embassy back when we were still Codopia.
Interesting. So, yes. Wonder what the key would have been used for, then. Ambassador Polino, this key was stolen from the Codopian embassy 7 years ago by Callisto Yu, otherwise known as the great thief Yatagarasu.
Oh, really?
You were not aware that Miss Yu had broken into the embassy at that time?
I'm sorry, I can't be much help. I'm not very familiar with the details, you see. I only became the ambassador after Babal came its own independent nation. But if Manny were still alive, he would probably know about what happened back then.
Mr. Cohen and Miss Yu know each other 7 years ago. But that doesn't explain why I found the Yatagarasu's key here in the present. Is there anything I could potentially present to you just for the sake of... Well, we were just talking about the knives.
Oh dear. If people were to find out that a murder occurred at our embassy, the number of tourists would plummet as would our revenues. It'd be a disaster. What are we going to do?
He really does seem worried. Perhaps I should refrain from bringing this up. Okay. Kind of want to take a look at this. Autograph with a sketch of his face and weapon. Okay, it's less chicken scratchy now that I can see it up close, but... Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth. Steel Samurai Daddy. Neato. Cohen's body. The embassy guide. And this just shows, this just shows like the layout of the embassy. I mean, could I present this and get some more information about it? Let's see. More coupons, yeah. Thank you, however, I feel I must decline. Well, shit. Maybe I could present prosecutor badge.
Oh, is that a prosecutor badge? It has a very cool design. I know. We should start selling items like these as souvenirs in Babal. Tourists would absolutely go nuts over them.
I feel like that would be forgery of a badge. And in that regard, you could get into so much goddamn trouble. Actually, I remember I was talking to my brother, and he was talking about SWAT badges. Like, long story short, we were just talking about like a fake SWAT prank that was done. And we're talking about the fact that just to rent out a fake SWAT badge that is like pristine and almost exact to the T of what a SWAT badge would be, it costs like thousands of dollars. I feel like this would need to be a little bit more official than that.
Please don't compare a proud symbol of my profession to a cheap souvenir.
Right, it ain't made of cardboard. Anybody else have anything else to say, I wonder? Is this space cleared out yet, for God's sake? Still doing investigation stuff over here. Great. Okay. I don't know. Gumshoe, what do you think?
Yes, sir? While you were on guard duty, did you notice anything unusual? Well, I was on watch inside the embassy, but unfortunately I didn't run into the Yatagarasu, sir. But I did talk to an officer who was on duty near the border between the two embassies, who told me that not a single person crossed the boundary during the incident. I see. The investigations into the fire and the Yatagarasu are a mess thanks to both events. I'm so confused, sir. Should I be putting the fire out, or investigating? What do you think, sir? Aren't you old enough to solve your own problems yet, Detective?
Dang.
I'd like an update on how the investigation is going. Oh, yeah, well, it's going, sir. In other words, no one has any idea of what happened here, correct? To put it simply, yeah, you got it, sir. But we do know that something happened in this room, sir.
No shit.
Any moron with a pair of eyes can see what happened, Detective.
Oh.
Well, anyway, let's investigate every single nook and cranny in this room, sir. We have to get serious or Kay will end up getting arrested as the killer. Yes, I'm already well aware of that. No. In order to find out what really happened here, this room, we need to gather whatever information we can. It's time to take a good look.
Well, I mean, I took a look at a whole lot of things in here. Oh, right. I never really looked at this gigantic statue right in the center of the freaking room, did I?
Because this is a national treasure, can I ask that you please not touch it? I'm afraid the only ones allowed to touch it are myself and the Secretariat.
But there's a possibility that is related to the murder, wouldn't you agree?
Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, why don't we give up for now? We can force them to let us investigate it later when we find some solid proof. I suppose I don't have a choice here. This must be one of the primitive statues Kay was talking about earlier. Is it just me, or does this man look just like the Steel Samurai? They could be twins.
Ooh. That's right. Can I do anything with logic? Yes, I do have some stuff collected in logic. So, motif on knife and handle. A butterfly-shaped guard adorns the handle of the murder weapon. And the national symbol is butterfly. Oh boy. So I guess it's time to connect these two, which I think is a jape, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Yep.
The design on the knife's handle. It greatly resembles the special Babali's species of butterfly.
It does, doesn't it? Plus, it says right here.
The knife is property of the Republic of Babal. Perhaps this means that the knife used in the crime was found right in this room.
Yup. Okay, and now I'm starting to wonder. We have a key here, and we have a locked safe. Can we take a gander inside? Though, if this key was stolen for a period of about 7 or 10 years... Yeah, my god. There's no way you could have possibly gotten into that safe until that point, so something must have been hidden pretty deep in that safe.
We know for a fact that the Yatagarasu's key was used at this embassy. Furthermore, we found it in the victim's Mr. Cohen's pocket, which leads me to think that perhaps it is the key to the personal safe in this office.
Good thinking, sir. Let's try it out.
It appears I was correct. The key that was left to us in the victim's pocket. It literally turned out to be the key to the next piece of the truth.
And what do we find inside? Nothing except 2 letters in the back.
What do we have here? Hey, there's nothing inside! Do you think the Yatagarasu made off with everything, sir? No, Detective, I believe all we need is a closer look. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny.
Alright. Well, let's start with...
It looks like such a serious safe, but there's not a scrap of paper...
yes, there is!
Which reminds me, the safe in your office is just as empty, huh, Mr. Edgeworth? It's merely a coincidence that both safes are empty, Detective.
Well, make that a triple coincidence because my piggy bank at home is empty too. No, that's just the norm. I don't think Gumshoe is somebody that could possibly save money.
I don't think there's anything coincidental about that, Detective.
So anything else in regards to this safe that I should be looking at? Let's see. No, I think the only thing is that piece of paper.
What is this here?
Looks like the ripped corner of a piece of paper, sir.
No, I don't think it's ripped. It seems more to me like it's stuck in the safe.
Hey, you're right. It won't budge an inch. Not even when I tug on it. But I don't think I've ever seen a paper stuck on the inside of a safe before.
Detective, I think you have it backwards. It's not the paper that's strange. It's the safe.
What do you mean?
What I mean is that the secret to this safe is that
it has 2 compartments. It's completely empty. It has a crack there. Right.
Even just eyeballing it, you can see that the inside is a bit too shallow. Furthermore, with the unnatural way the paper is stuck at the back of the safe, I'll say that there's an extra bit of space behind the back wall of the safe. In other words, this safe has a second compartment.
What?
I suppose that you are correct in asserting that the paper is stuck in an unnatural manner. However, if what you say is correct and there is a second compartment, how do we go about opening the door to it then? As you can see, there's no other lock or keyhole in sight.
Actually, there is one more spot of interest to me on this safe.
Oh.
Yes, I believe that spot is the keyhole to our mystery second lock.
Safe and its locks. Alright then, since you are so sure of yourself, show me how you deduced your answer.
Oh dear. Where would... Because, I mean... We got this here? Maybe I could look... Wait, let's examine this.
Hey, there's a hole here, sir. It's a little too oddly shaped for a latch hole.
Wow, that's a funny shape for a latch hole, huh? Shaped kinda like a star, don't you think, sir? Hint, hint, nudge, nudge.
Detective, I would hardly call that shape a star.
Some reason for this hole. There gotta be some reason why the hole's shaped so weirdly, you know.
Am I overthinking this? No, I don't think so.
Maybe I'm overthinking things. Nah, there's no way I could ever do that. You know, there is such a thing as inner monologue.
Detective Gumshoe, could you please be quiet for a second? You're frightening me.
Right. Dadus. Yes, it is connected. And I would say it's another place that could potentially fit a key.
Doesn't the shape of this keyhole remind you of something, Franziska?
The shape, it does look very familiar. However, I believe it's simply a latch hole for the safe's lock mechanism. It's just for keeping the door shut, nothing more.
You simpleton! Is that so? The person who used this safe, Mr. Cohen, made sure the safe had 2 compartments in order to hide something. Do you honestly think someone like that would allow the keyhole to the hidden half to look so obviously like a keyhole that even the average person could figure it out?
You can't be serious. Are you saying that this hole is the keyhole to the hidden compartment of the safe?
That's precisely what I'm saying. Flabbergasted again.
And I will prove to you right now that the Yatagarasu's key is the key that will open it.
The Yatagarasu's key? Mars Edgeworth, this better be a very bad joke.
Sorry, but this is no joke. The Yatagarasu's key is the very key that will open the second compartment of this safe.
We know that this key opens the first compartment of the safe, but the keyhole you're talking about is of an entirely different shape than that of the key.
Oh, really? Well, now I'm starting to kind of wonder. Could we potentially... I have no idea if, like, it's shaped properly the lengthways around. Or, wait, was the key part that we used the blade portion? Because it could have been the blade portion. But I do know the key on the inside looks suspiciously like that shape.
We discovered this trick 7 years ago, and with it, we were able to corner Miss Yu. But who would have thought that I'd see this key again after all this time?
Oh dear, okay. Right, I think... I did select the end, right? I believe so. Yes, I did. So I think... Let's examine the blade portion. Oh dear! There we go. Yeah, that's what I thought. Like, maybe we're literally stabbing the safe.
Let's go over this again, shall we? The Yatagarasu's key was originally made to open Mr. Cohen's safe in the Kodopian embassy. We confirmed that as fact by opening the door to his safe with it. Now, let's take a look at the back end of this key. Looking at the knife portion head on, what do you see?
What are you talking...
It appears that you've come to understand what I'm talking about. When viewed head on, the knife's blade is the exact same shape as the keyhole.
Stab the safe! Stab the safe!
The real function of this knife portion is to act as the key to the hidden portion of the safe.
But that's preposterous!
Have you heard, like, anything less ridiculous than the stuff that we've dealt with in court?
Because it looks like a knife and was used like one to kill Mr. Faraday 7 years ago, we fell under the misconception that it was always meant to be a knife. But for both the safe and its key to conceal such clever tricks, whatever is hidden inside the secret section must be of incredible importance.
Then it's even possible that what I've been searching for is inside. Scruffy, hurry up and open the safe!
Yes, sir. Open it now, sir. Ooh, presents.
These items, there is a bunch of funny shaped things.
I guess let me talk, you bastards.
You're in the way. Now, move, Scruffy.
I didn't think I was in the way.
These pieces of art, they're identical to ones that have been stolen from various countries around the world.
I figured as much. These are the treasures this section of the safe was to hide from view. I believe a more thorough examination is required.
Right. Something tells me that paper is probably the most damning thing. The rest of it is just kind of treasures.
These are pieces of stolen art from around the world. I wonder how much they're worth, especially this one.
Dig!
Scruffy, don't touch those valuable pieces of art with your filthy hands. Why, do you have any idea what would happen to you if one of them were to break?
Is it just me, or did she hit one of the pieces of art just now?
Whoopsies. So is it quite exactly the same hitbox? Apparently. Well, what about... Yeah, it looks like all of this is just a hitbox. Okay, paper.
This is the document that we thought was stuck earlier. I wonder what it's about.
Beats me, sir.
Why don't we take a look at it first before we give up, Detective?
Well, let's take a quick look at it. I can't recognize any of it. Except it was signed by Cohen, that's for sure.
Mr. Cohen's name is written here on the last page. I wonder what the significance of this document is.
Well, it's only 2 pages. Interesting. But that appears to be everything inside safe. Can I use Nope, nope, I don't have enough for logic. Maybe I can actually look at that document now. I don't know why I would... Why the heck wouldn't I... Wait a minute. Is there something that I completely missed in here? Maybe I can examine it again. Well, just taking a look at this. Again, there appears to be 2 pieces of paper sitting in there. But I can't deduce anything. Maybe I can take a look at the evidence before. That all seems exactly the same. Interesting. No misuse, stole 7 years ago. Originally from the embassy. Maybe she came back to return it. I don't think she's the type to be so kind as to do such a thing, Detective. Callisto Yu. For what reason did she steal the key? Maybe there was some other stuff she was trying to find and didn't manage to get to certain things in the safe. Okay, well now that I've done that, what else could I potentially be doing? Looked around in a lot of shit. Maybe there's something that I have straight up missed. So that's a grandfather clock. I mean, I was taking a look at, Mr. Edgeworth, there's still something on this display rack, sir. Yeah. Knives. Maybe this. I haven't really solved everything involved with the knives, did I? Can I even take a look at the knives? Ooh, actually, maybe I can release the handle. There's an idea. I feel like there might be something that I completely missed while doing stuff with the weaponry. Interesting. Bloody stuff. So this is what took Mr. Cohen's life. Some of his blood is still on the blade. Wow, I've been a detective for 7 years already. I've seen a lot of weapons in my days. But knives that were used to kill are always the hardest for me to bear. Yes, unlike guns, this is one weapon where you're likely to find the victim's blood on it. Yeah, just like how this one is practically drenched in it, sir. Despite that, it looks like the blood managed to miss the handle somehow. Alright. So they said something about there's a release button on the knife somewhere. Can I manage to find it somewhere? Let me see. Just angle it properly. Here, I'm going to try and examine this part. Oh yeah, butterfly. How about that? There's a lot of skilled detailing in this handle. It would appear that the handle on this knife is removable. I guess so people can change it whenever they feel like it. Sounds like fun, sir. I don't think people would remove the handle just for fun, Detective. Yes, much more insidious than that. Well, I have that bit of information. And I don't think there... Well, alright. Anything else involved with the statue, or is it just literally just a picture? Yep, apparently. Notes on Cohen's body. You know, now that I have unlocked the safe and I've taken a look on stuff inside, maybe you got more information for me, eh? No? Okay, maybe I can present stuff. Did I present this to him before? This statue resembles that hero, the Steel Samurai, don't you think? I was thinking, what would you say to changing the name to the Steel Samurai statue? It just might attract a few more tourists to our country if I did, right? I'm not sure what to think, although that thing was a national treasure. So shallow. Do you know anything about this thingy? I was wondering if you might have some thoughts on this. Nope, absolutely none. Maybe somebody inside the room has got more information. Yeah, Francisca. Miles Edgeworth? What is it?
Let me tell you something. You are currently my subordinate. And if you wish to convince everyone else of that, you will speak to me with respect.
Well, starting off strong.
What's with the giddy glint in her eyes? I don't think that will really be necessary, Franziska.
Oh, really? Well, it doesn't matter. It doesn't change the fact that you are still under me.
I thought Franziska was flying around the world in pursuit of the smuggling case. So then why is she here at this embassy?
Ah, here we go. Now I got some information on that. So my guess is that now that I've done that, let me look at the logic. Right, so I got that. I mean, now it's fairly obvious. Now we've found a whole bunch of things involved with smuggling, so it would be really stupid if it turned out now it's unlocked to be checked out. I don't know. Nope, okay, that didn't actually activate anything. But although I do have a little bit more of information in regards to that, so that's good. Is that all you're going to tell me? Oh, hey, we can talk now. I was investigating at the Albastian embassy when I got wind of the mess.
Oh, that's right. The Yatagarasu was due to appear at the embassy as well.
Yes, but the defense is that we didn't have a fire over there. Although there was an incident at the Albastian embassy as well. I left Agent Lang in charge of that in case they came over to the Bali's embassy.
Ah, so Agent Lang is here as well, huh?
As you've met. Well, he's in the Albastian embassy, acting as bodyguard for Ambassador Alba. However, he seems to have a different reason for being here.
What was that? Okay, the Yatagarasu, yeah.
So the suspect in the murder that occurred in this office is that little girl, I see. Is she perhaps trying to be the Yatagarasu?
Kay would never harm a soul, sir.
Kay?
You remember, do you not, about the case we investigated together 7 years ago? That girl is the daughter of the victim in that case, Mr. Faraday.
So she's that feisty little girl.
Kay has been on the trail of the Yatagarasu, which is how she ended up here. Looking for the one who took her father's life.
I see.
Kay's trying so hard, but you know what? The Yatagarasu just keeps on tricking us all. How so? The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret. But all we've had is an arson and a murder. The lab boys are going in circles. You know what this is, sirs? It's a breach of contract, and it's going on the rap sheet.
Nobody really signed their contract, so I don't think so.
If you ask me, I'm perfectly fine with the fact that nothing was stolen tonight.
I do wonder, though, if Callisto Yu really is the Yatagarasu.
Nope. So we've got that going on now. Can I have a chat with you guys now, or no? Seems to be exactly the same thing. So with those two pieces of evidence I now picked up, have anything to do with anything here? Well, let me think. Why is she here when she is supposed to be overseas in pursuit of a smuggling ring? The card warned that the Yatagarasu will steal the embassy's dirtiest secret. Maybe she's here because of this. Who knows? Let's see. Aha!
To steal your dirtiest secret. Is it possible that the dirty secret the Yatagarasu was out to steal in this very room?
Is in this very room, rather.
Dirty secret?
Franziska, you're in pursuit of some dirty, underhanded dealings for yourself, are you not? Something tells me that this is no coincidence.
In that case, then, the person I'm looking for is here in the Babalese embassy, huh? The head of the smuggling operation.
I think I just might need to ask Franziska about her smuggling case in more depth.
Right. Jumping through a lot of hoops just to be able to get to this part.
Franziska, when we last talked, you said that you were on the trail of a smuggling ring. I suppose the reason you are here right now is related to that?
Yes. After analyzing the intel we've gathered from various countries, this embassy rose to the top of our list of sites to investigate. And this is what tipped us off.
This account document?
Aha!
It's only one page of the whole thing, so we're not sure about the details. However, it's enough for us to grab onto the tail of the beast. For, you see, this type of paper was made only in the kingdom of Codopia, which means that somewhere in the country of Albast and Baal is the head. The one pulling the strings behind the entire smuggling ring.
That's Franziska for you. She's amazing, pursuing this case with all she has.
Dunzo! Well, now that I have done that, I wonder if I can go to this safe.
I won't rest until bloody blue.
Deduce! Ah, yes. I have the final page.
Take a good look at these documents, Franziska.
It says that there are 3 pages in total, and yet there are only 2 here.
Correct? Now, take a look at the smuggling activity document in your possession. Tell me, is it not possible that your page was taken from this set of 3?
Oh, most definitely.
Well, certainly looks that way.
By putting our multi-part puzzle together, we seem to have arrived at an answer. And it seems that you have not now found what you were looking for.
Yes, and with this, it has become crystal clear that Mr. Cohen himself was responsible for the mass smuggling of Bobbley's Ink.
Bobbley's Ink?
Bobbley's Ink is a special product of the Republic of Babal. However, due to a special reason, only a limited volume is ever exported.
Why? Is it made out of unicorn blood? That's the only thing I could possibly think.
And that reason is?
That's classified. Unicorn blood. It's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. In any case, it seems that the head of the smuggling ring was our victim, Mr. Manny Cohen.
His base was in an embassy, thus it was hard for both our country and his to interfere, making it the ideal conditions under which to run a smuggling operation.
But it's so frustrating. I lost the person I was to rain judgment down upon with my whip of justice.
Well, even if he is dead, we still have a responsibility to look into his misdeeds.
You expect me to whip a dead man? Well, I'm not interested. A dead man doesn't scream as loud. And the welts just sit there, and then it dissolves. Where's the satisfaction in that?
Franziska, you must know that Manny Cohen was the suspect in the KG-8 incident.
Of course I know, on top of being the head of the smuggling ring. There is the matter of what really happened in that case that needs to be resolved. Hurrah! Are you done investigating?
I suppose.
You realize now, don't you, that this girl is the only one it could be? Now, come along quietly, Yatagarasu. K. Faraday. You are under arrest for the murder of Manny Cohen.
Mr. Edgeworth! Please, you have to believe me. I didn't do it. I chased the fake Yatagarasu in here, and he was already...
You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you.
What defenses do I possibly have in this situation?
I'd like to help you reduce the number of mistaken arrests Interpol makes.
What is that supposed to mean?
It's a deep cut. Get it? I believe I told you that K. Faraday is not the culprit of this crime.
Very well. I suppose I have no choice. I'll show you just how foolish your claims are.
Alright. Battle of wits. Except it feels like I'm having a battle of wits with a robot.
Even your police confirmed that the Yatagarasu infiltrated the Babley's embassy tonight. Utilizing the confusion caused by the fire, the Yatagarasu snuck into the embassy. Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagarasu. And most importantly, other than her, there was no one else in here with the body.
Your reason for suspecting Kay is because you think she is the Yatagarasu?
I mean, she's got the labeling. It's not a horrible deduction.
Exactly. But it isn't just me. She calls herself the Yatagarasu.
Look, how many times do I have to tell you? I was only out to capture the fake Yatagarasu.
Imposter or not, it matters not. A Yatagarasu is a Yatagarasu.
Very well. Then I shall prove that Kay is not the Yatagarasu who killed Mr. Manny Cohen.
Go ahead and try. Show me what the prosecutors of this country are made of.
Oh, I'll bring it on the second I can save scum. Although I've done pretty good with this game so far. There was one particular situation where I was in kind of deep shit, but this game does give you a hell of a lot of wiggle room. Like, I don't know, very rarely do I actually go underneath half bar. Okay, even your police confirmed that the Yatagarasu infiltrated the Balinese embassy.
They may have confirmed it, but are you telling me that no one could catch the thief? If so, you're basically admitting that the Yatagarasu that committed murder eluded us.
Of course I chased after the Yatagarasu that entered the Balinese embassy right away. And that is also why I'm making this arrest right now. Because at the end of my long chase, there was only this girl.
Don't.
In any case, this is what I believe happened tonight. Utilizing the confusion caused by the fire, the Yatagarasu snuck into the embassy.
So, we have confirmed that the fire started on the outside? I think that was one thing that kind of popped out, but I don't think I have evidence to support that that didn't happen.
The confusion caused by the fire? Are you saying that the Yatagarasu was not the arsonist who started the fire?
A suspicious person in a long coat was spotted in the area. Officers in the area claim to have seen that person start the fire.
Sounds like we have a phantom in our midst.
Yeah. Why the, sir? Do you know something we don't?
In a way, he could be considered a phantom, with the way he randomly appears.
Furthermore, this girl claims to be the Yatagarasu.
Oh shit.
Just because she calls herself that, it doesn't prove that she is a killer.
No, but it does give her a motive. The Yatagarasu sent a card saying, "I will be there to steal your dirtiest secret." Furthermore, there are documents pertaining to some smuggling activity in this room. She obviously wanted to steal them. So she killed Mr. Cohen for the key.
I see, but why are the items still in...
I mean, you caught her. I guess that's your excuse. It's like,
They're still there because we caught her.
Her logic is very sound. I expected nothing less of an Agent Lang's secretary. Yeah. However, that statement just now didn't sound right. It might just be the opening I need.
Alright, I need to remember that the statement I may need to... That girl claims to be the Yatagarasu. Let's just try to remember that that might be a notable thing.
She wanted to steal documents regarding smuggling, so she killed Mr. Cohen for the key.
So you're claiming that Kay knew that the foreign country's embassy had such documents?
As stated in the calling card, the Yatagarasu was out to steal a dirty secret, which meant that the goal tonight was to steal those smuggling activity documents.
You have it all wrong! It was the fake that sent the card.
Your words are meaningless. If you are truly innocent, then let's see some proof. Hey, Mr. Edgeworth, I leave it to you to handle this.
Yes, I'd rather you did. The Yatagarasu's goal, huh?
You can claim she's innocent, but you can't change the fact I've already outlined. And most importantly, other than her, there was no one else in here with the body.
I really don't think that being the first to discover the body makes her the killer by default.
No, but if you saw the self-purported Yatagarasu standing in front of a body, wouldn't you get a little suspicious yourself?
Even so, I still listen to what the person had to say before I pass judgment.
Are you talking about yourself in those times when you were under suspicion?
I think the pain of being falsely accused is something you really should experience. I personally know that feeling really well, sir.
Given my situation, I know exactly what it's like too. I'm fine with never experiencing it. Ever. Are you done with your little group conference?
So Agent Sheena suspects Kay of murder simply because Kay is the Yatagarasu. But if I can prove that the Yatagarasu's goal is not related to murder, then I may be able to begin to reason with her.
I see. Yes, the Yatagarasu does not murder. So, how do I prove that for sure? MC Guide, autograph. Well, I mean, one of the easiest ways... yeah, I guess the proof would be the fact that death happened in this room. But of course, the other thing... the other point is the fact that, yeah, the paper... Well, no, the paper documents are kind of vague. The most direct thing would be to just say, yeah, the Yatagarasu does not straight up kill, just steals. So why kill? Shit.
This piece of evidence shows us the contradiction in your testimony.
Stoic as always.
By your silence, I assume you agree with my conclusion.
No, I just don't have a worthy response. In any case, I have some documents I need to attend to.
I guess she feels that she has no need to counter my argument. Shit.
Alright. Girl claims to be the Yatagarasu. Well... Talk related to smuggling of Bobbley's ink. It appears to point to Mr. Cohen. And this has everything to do with the stealing of the items. To which point, this is what the Yatagarasu will be going after. Why would the murder happen? God damn it.
There's a glaring flaw in your logic.
That piece of evidence and my testimony, actually, it proves the absence of a flaw in my logic and the presence of one in yours.
I was mistaken.
I'll just continue with my testimony now.
Shit. Okay. Alright. I think I need to kind of go back to workshop on this one. Maybe, I mean, this is just saying, claims to be the Yatagarasu. She wanted to steal documents regarding smuggling, so she killed Mr. Cohen for the key. Most importantly, other than her, there was no one else with the body. Steal documents regarding smuggling, so she killed Mr. Cohen for the key. I feel like this one might be it. What about the statue? Both countries claim to own the real one. National treasure. Only secretary can touch. Nah. Yatagarasu stole this from the embassy 7 years ago. It is also a knife. Ah, I see. Yeah, she wanted to steal documents regarding smuggling so she could, Okay, so she killed Mr. Cohen for the key. No, she did not, because she would have had the key. There we go. Got a little bit confused, because I swear I thought the other piece of the testimony was supposed to be... Got stuck. Wasn't actually thinking about the pieces. I was just thinking, hey, the game's giving me clues.
Agent Sheena, I regret to inform you, but there is a flaw in your logic.
Oh.
Even if you claim that she is the killer and the Yatagarasu, I am certain that securing the smuggling documents is not the motive behind the murder. The key to the safe in this room was found on Mr. Cohen's body. Furthermore, the Yatagarasu would not be so stupid as to leave without the documents.
Finally, sweating bullets.
By the simple fact that the documents were still in the safe when locked, it's obvious that the killer's target was not the safe at all.
Then perhaps she didn't know that Mr. Cohen had the key on him.
If that's the case, then why would she have needed to kill him? Because I can think of no reason for her to kill him if she had not known that fact.
Need reason. All of this is simply our conjecturing after the fact. It's entirely possible that she accidentally killed him when she was sneaking in.
Accidentally?
Perhaps she didn't notice the safe's second compartment before returning the key.
That's true.
But the fact still remains that Mr. Cohen was still stabbed to death.
But you have no definitive proof that it was Kay who committed the act.
Actually, I do. I saw her holding the knife she used on the victim with my own eyes.
When?
What?
Allow me to tell you a bit more about the evidence that will put her away behind bars.
Bullshit! When did you see it? Were you in the room when it was on fire?
The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon which the killer was holding. I assume she obtained the knife from the display rack and used it on the victim. The knife is a part of a special 3-piece set which has a design like no other. The evidence and testimony, it all points to the girl. There is no counter-argument.
Oh, I'll find a counter-argument, don't you worry.
That is your definitive evidence?
You see now that she is definitely the killer, right?
No! Mr. Edgeworth, you've got to believe me! I saw a suspicious person in a long black coat outside the embassy, I swear!
And you came in here because you were chasing the suspicious person?
That's right! I ran into this office only because I was chasing after that person. When I entered the room, it was pitch black. I couldn't see a thing. I felt something on the ground next to my foot, so I turned on the lights, but then... Dead guy. Screams! Who was there? Uh-oh.
This is... I came to this room upon hearing the girl scream, and when I saw her holding the knife, I immediately restrained her.
So the object Kay felt by her feet on the floor was the murder weapon.
I had the knife analyzed right away, but we failed to find anyone's
prints on it. That looks like a typo. But the suspicious person in the black coat who came into this room before me...
You continue to insist there was such a person, but if there was, why did they go?
I don't know, but I know they came in here.
That sounds like the desperate excuses of a suspected killer, not a trustworthy testimony. You understand, don't you? We can't trust this girl's words, Mr. Edgeworth.
She has a point. Even if Kay's words are the truth, I must show that they are with some solid evidence.
Mr. Edgeworth, I really didn't...
Kay, don't worry. If you didn't do it, then there must exist a way for me to prove that.
Still not giving up, I see. In that case, try to counter my argument if you can.
Don't worry, I can and will.
I'm good. I have been honed by a crazy attorney. Right, so this has got something to do with the knives. Somehow I gotta prove that this is not the right casing for the knife and it was swapped or something. Perhaps? I don't know. I'll take a gander at the evidence. Okay. The knife wound on the body is consistent with the blade of the knife. Yeah, show.
Does this mean that you already have the results back?
We have confirmed that the shape of the Bahali's knife blade matches the wound. Please don't confuse the efficiency of Interpol's forensics team with your own.
I won't if you don't underestimate our police force. And so we're clear. I'd hardly say your logic is sound with you, which you will see in a bit.
If you can prove me wrong, please by all means go ahead.
That has been my intention all along. Now, let us return to your testimony.
The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon which the killer was holding.
You mean to say that you saw Kay holding the murder weapon with your own eyes?
I was also on the search for the Yatagarasu. When I heard that girl's scream coming from this room, I rushed over straight away. When I arrived, I saw that girl standing there motionless, with the knife in her hands. But I already told you, I only came in here because I was also after the Yatagarasu. The suspicious person I saw came into this room, but when I entered it, it was pitch dark. I felt something by my foot on the floor, so I turned on the lights, and then...
You found out that it was the murder weapon at your feet.
How many times do I have to tell you? We can't trust the words of a suspect.
The only thing you'll accept as evidence, is it?
That's the only acceptable way to counter an agent of Interpol on the scene of a crime.
Right. You're so robotic, I feel like, yeah, logic's the only way to break you.
Mr. Edgeworth, do you have some kind of evidence that can prove me innocent?
I think I do, because there is one piece of evidence I find to be a bit interesting. I think I need to carefully examine that piece of evidence again.
Which piece of evidence? The knife with the butterfly handle. I mean, I took a look at it before. Well, hold on a second. The knife with the butterfly handle is the murder weapon, which the killer was holding. I think what we're trying to go for here is the fact that the murder weapon might be covered and drenched in blood, but the handle itself is pretty goddamn clean. This is what I think we are trying to go for here. Yes! Got it.
So the murder weapon was the knife with the butterfly design on it? But is that really the truth?
What are you getting at?
I'd like for you to take a look at this.
That's grisly.
There is blood on the blade, and yet there's not a speck of blood on the handle. This signifies that at the time of the crime, a different handle was attached to this blade. The knife that Kay was holding had its handle switched and was in fact not the real murder weapon.
It wasn't the real murder weapon?
This knife could be taken apart. Shall we give it a go?
Right. Ooh, disconnect.
As you can see, the Babali's knife has now been disassembled into two parts. The killer must have pulled the murder weapon out of the victim's body and proceeded to swap the knife's original handle with this butterfly one. It was all to create the illusion that Mr. Cohen was killed by the butterfly-themed knife.
Time it. Snapback.
This should clear up any and all suspicion.
I mean, not really.
Your argument isn't airtight yet.
How so?
It's possible that the girl herself is the one who switched the handles.
Don't be ridiculous. For what purpose would she do such a thing?
I don't care to know how a criminal thinks. The way they view the world is beyond the comprehension of a normal person like myself. Therefore, I wouldn't put anything past them, no matter how odd it may seem.
The truth is right there in front of you, and this knife will show you the way. You will come to see that Kay is not and could not have been Mr. Cohen's killer.
Oh, interesting. Okay. Let's zoom on in and take a look at this knife, shall we? Well, I can actually see the design that the knife is supposed to be attached to. Neat.
What is this mark on here?
It's the mark of a flower. I assume you know what this means.
No, not really. Butterflies rest on flowers all the time to drink their sweet nectar.
And so they do. However, would this butterfly really drink the nectar of this flower? The answer is clearly not a chance. Now, to prove the relationship between the butterfly and the flower with this.
All right. So what would be the all-telling perfect showing? I mean, one thing that could definitely show is the Yatagarasu's key, which has both. Though the embassy guide would probably do the exact thing. 2 countries share this building with borders. Although it says absolutely... I mean, the front of it does have the labeling of the select country, so maybe this will do it?
You can't be serious.
It appears that you've made the connection. The flower on this blade is designed after a certain country's national symbol. That's right, the Kingdom of Albas. In other words, this blade is from one of Albast's ornamental knives. This part of the knife handle has Babal's national symbol of the butterfly on it. Therefore, it is undeniably Babalese in origin. But as we both know, you can't kill someone with just a knife handle. Incidentally, when exactly did the murder occur again, Agent Sheena?
After the fire had broken out?
That's right. Kay entered the Babalese embassy after the fire had taken place. Furthermore, she had not been to the Albastian side of the building before then. On top of that, not a single person passed between the 2 countries during the fire, which means that Kay could not have transported an Albastian object here. Boy, it's Albastian, right? I'm having a hard time pronouncing that word just because it's got a whole lot of things thrown into it. Why does English have to be so stupid? This makes it impossible for her to be the true killer.
Have we done it?
Whoop! Way to go, Mr. Edgewood, sir! What a great victory!
Well, we'll see. If it's actually a victory, we'll see if she says anything different.
Hey, why is everyone so quiet? I'm happy we got this far and cleared Kay's name, but what worries me now is what will happen next.
What is the meaning of this? An Albastian knife here?
Do you mean, how did this find its way to the Republic of Babal? It didn't just find its way over. Rather, we should focus on how it was smuggled over.
You know what? My brain hurts thinking about it while we're just standing around thinking while you're on the run. Now that's the way a real Drake thief operates.
Okay.
Oh, thanks a bunch, Mr. Edgeworth. Proving me innocent, I mean. You believed in me the whole time, right? Tell me you did.
Not really, but...
Come on. You don't have to be so shy about it. Oh, dear.
Your argument is still not airtight.
Would you care to elaborate?
I understand now that the girl didn't commit the murder. However, there is still the possibility that she is the Yatagarasu.
That again, look, how many times do I have to explain it to you? I am the real Yatagarasu. I'm not like the fake one that goes around setting fires, okay?
Whether you're the real deal or a fake doesn't really matter. All I have to say is this. I have my suspicions that this girl is the one who started the fire.
Oh, please.
Preposterous! On what grounds do you suspect her of such a thing?
The fact that she calls herself the Yatagarasu, that in itself is a most elegant proof.
Yatagarasus don't set freaking fire.
Miss Sheena? Yes, I have no intention of taking back any of what I've said.
I am the great thief Yatagarasu, and I refuse to allow some imposter to claim that name as their own. The path of justice that my father pointed me towards, I will walk it the best I can.
It's not good to be so stubborn. I hope you can understand that.
Thanks a lot for the concern, Miss Sheena. Miss Sheena. Let me share something with you, too, as a token of my appreciation. The sunglasses totally do nothing for you, so I'll just steal them from you next time, okay? Well, guess we better get going. Going to where? To the Kingdom of Albast? If we don't go, we won't know for sure, right? I suppose not. We won't get anywhere simply by standing here thinking. To see where the Albastian knife came from. But I'll have to pay the Albastian embassy a visit. And luckily they tend to be a little more relaxed on the rules, so I think it'll be pretty simple. Let's go, Miles Edgeworth!
As you are my subordinate, I will not tolerate you bringing the investigation to a halt.
Understood.
I'm such a chump. To be continued. Yes, yes. And we've reached about 9 o'clock, so I think now would be a good time to save and call it. Things are heating up. Should be interesting to take a look at a new location and try and piece things together from there. I do wonder just how many more parts we're going to be doing here. Because, I mean, some of these cases do last, like, 2 episodes. Some of them take 3. I feel like the final episode is probably going to be the longest one, so who knows? But anyway, I've not eaten dinner yet today, so I need to dive on that and get that done. So that'll do it for the stream tonight. Also, I don't know, maybe it's the fact that this Georgia peach Coke is not all that great. Maybe I feel like it's like gumming up my voice. I don't know why. Anyways, so thanks for popping out and just watching the stream. I appreciate it. If you wanted to take a look at the episode after it's done, things were pretty smooth this time around, so I'll probably convert it and I'll upload it to YouTube as soon as I can. I stream on Saturdays, Sundays, and Wednesdays. All of them starting at around 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Some other stuff I got going on. Oh, man. You know, we're reaching the warmer season, so it's actually gotten really warm in this room. And that's bad, because for God's sakes. I complain about that all the time, but I really can't run an AC in this room simply because it'd be hell on this microphone, that's for sure. Though I don't know what would happen if I tried to filter out the noise. I'll have to look into that. Maybe I can run AC and actually stream in some reasonable comfort during the summer. Anyway, here's some more games I'm currently doing. I don't know what I'm going to be doing tomorrow. I'm debating on that because I've already done West of Loathing on Wednesday. I thought about doing the Hat in Time, like some more Hat in Time mods tomorrow, so that might be something I do. I'll play it by ear and I'll take a look at what I can find and what I'm interested in playing that day. Aside from that, that will do it. So again, thanks for everyone who popped out. See you next time.